Okay, cool. And this is a question that wasn't even on the list, but this kind of came up. I've seen with some companies when they do hiring freezes or they're doing layoffs that at some point some of the first people to end up going are some of the recruiters. And some friends that I know that are in tech where they're like, hey Cyrus, I either got let go as a recruiter or I'm a little uncomfortable because my company's doing some layoffs. Cyrus, like, do you know some other people, whatever? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I like connecting with other recruiters I know at similar companies. What's some advice, and this will really be advice for other recruiters, because again, you gang, you've been doing this for a minute. What is advice that you would give to them to help themselves, I guess, stand out as a recruiter to where they raise their value? Because I know the general person thinks about a recruiter and it's just like it's a job. Once you know the job, which of course that's not the case.
Right.
But what are some things that recruiters can do to make themselves a more viable, just in higher demand?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've actually been talking to a lot of talent acquisition professionals because that's primarily my network since I've been doing this for a while. First thing I would say is I've really been trying to, I don't want to say warn, but I've been telling a lot of talent acquisition professionals for a while when a lot of these tech layoffs started happening. I'm like, I don't think, these positions are going to come back at the volume that they once were. Companies just aren't going to, they're going to run a lot leaner. And probably just expect recruiters to do more, with the team they have. Mm-hmm. And so I've been trying to tell them, one, up level or upskill. Mm-hmm. The biggest thing I would say right now is probably data analytics. A lot of recruiters, myself included, really got into this line of work, also understanding that it's more of a people type of role. Like I can talk to folks, like I can get along and collaborate internally. Like it's a lot of just relationship building. Mm-hmm. But over the last couple of years, like there's definitely a lot more data now involved, and hiring leaders speak data typically. Like that's what they want to see. They don't necessarily want to hear from a recruiter, how nice someone is, or like they want to know how is this person going to impact me based on the data, like what are you seeing there? And so
you're able to look at data as a recruiter and be able to potentially determine the impact that person will have on that team.
Where you're able to look at the data, one, to understand.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Like I mentioned earlier, like time to hire, like time to fill. Like, so you can start there and be like, okay, based on what we see in the past, this is how long it's going to take. And then you can also use the data to look at what type of experience they came from, what channel they came through. Was it referral? Was it LinkedIn? Was it a different job board? So where are we seeing the most qualified candidates from? What type of companies did they come from? Like, were they, you know, early age startups? Were they more traditional companies? And so piecing all that together, you can kind of paint a picture for them, like based on the data that we've seen, this would be an ideal candidate for this type of role. Or either also looking into the data that the HR team keeps around, like who's performing at a high level, or, you know, are they getting meets expectations, exceed expectations, and then looking at that candidate's background and trying to see like, okay, like this person's doing well, they came from this type of background, they had this many years of experience, they had an MBA, whatever. Let's try to find another one of those. Like that's a conversation that can take place as well. So that's why I say, like, it's a lot that can go into it. And the recruiter that can articulate their capability to do that in a very concise and very streamlined way, I feel like, are the ones that are going to stand out. But the recruiters I see that also are navigating, you know, the current environment a little bit better, again, are those that are networking and have always stayed in touch with different hiring leaders who have now gone on to maybe be founders or high level leadership at other companies, and like, okay, that recruiter supported me, you know, 3-4 years ago. I know they're strong. Like, I want to, you know, bring them on my team to support me now. But yeah, like it's definitely a shift taking place. And just for any recruiter that may be watching this, I've always suggested, I think customer success management would be like a great pivot, especially with all these different AI tools coming out.
Yes.
They can speak to, honestly, they can speak to that product being able to replace themselves, if that makes sense. Like you can use this product because it does this, and this is what I used to do.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you from a recruiter standpoint, I hate to say it, like it's almost like you have to, you know, step on the necks of other recruiters and replace them with the technology, but you're also putting yourself.
It's a competitive field. That's what it is.
Right.
Your work is competition.
If you want a job or you want a role, like you kind of have to reinvent yourself a little bit and be able to say like, okay, I'm no longer recruiting directly, but now I'm selling recruiting software.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.